We're here because of love. It was a horrible day that captured the whole nation's attention, where a hate-filled man stalked a federal judge, showed up at her house, shot her husband, and killed her son. This is an unspeakable, unimaginable moment in any family's lives, but hate did not win that day. Hate did not win that day because of the extraordinary strength of Judge Salas and her husband, Mark. That day, they turned unimaginable pain into overriding purpose. Senator Menendez and I talked with the judge in the aftermath of this horrific event, and we made her a promise that we would dedicate ourselves to doing something to make sure that this tragedy would not happen again. And that began a 2-year journey of dedicated work, legislative efforts, along with Mikey Sherrill, Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill in the House. We made progress on a bill. We got it written, got it introduced. But make no mistake, it wasn't 3 talented legislators that brought us here today. It was this amazing couple, our judge and her husband, Mark. They were relentless, indefatigable, resilient, persistent, unyielding in their efforts to get a bill through Congress to the president's desk. This would not have happened. We would not be here today marking the passage of this bill out of Congress if it was not for the incredible heart and conviction of a couple who would not give up on love. This is not a bill to benefit New Jersey alone. This is a bill that benefits our nation. This will make the judiciary safer. And understand this, when you attack a judge in America, you are not just attacking them or their family, you are attacking one of the fundamental pillars of our nation, a founding institution that is essential for our democracy. Those who attack federal judges attack America. And so this is a mark of love. And one frequency of that love is the patriotism of the 2 people to my left. Now, we celebrate this incredible bill passing and heading towards the president's desk, but let's be clear where we are in our nation. My senior senator said it clearly that we are seeing a rise in hate crimes. We're seeing a rise in threats on federal judges. We're seeing a rise in threats on congresspeople. We're seeing a rise in threats on election workers. This is all part of a rise in hate in our country that threatens the very fabric of our nation. Today, we scored a victory for love. We scored a victory for our democracy and our continuance. But I know that ultimately legislation is important, but you can't legislate love. I know that bills are important, but bills don't beget brotherhood or sisterhood. And that's what encouraged me even more, because today's victory is a win but not a conclusion. We continue to have bright lights in Judge Salas and her family that I know will be unyielding in the perseverance to press our nation to heal, to turn to each other and not against each other, and to make sure that the best virtues of our nation and our commitment to peace and security, to make sure that those ideals go on. Today is a very good day. What the judge has helped to achieve in 2 years is very quick in congressional time. But I also know that our work must continue. And with that, I am very pleased to bring up someone who is not just a great federal judge, but in my humble estimation now is a great American hero. And I bring forth Judge Salas.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to cover 3 things. I want to cover, obviously, gratitude. hope, and faith. Mark and I are so appreciative and thankful to our New Jersey leaders, and I use the word leaders intentionally. Senators Menendez and Booker, Congresswoman Sherrill, they led the way. They led the way that enabled us to get here today. Along with Congressman Fitzpatrick, one of the original sponsors, they led the way, and we are eternally grateful to all of them for their leadership. But I also must thank members of Congress. As you heard Senator Menendez speak of the bipartisan, bicameral support that we, along this journey of 2 years and 5 months, we began to see people sign on to this bill that one would have imagined would not have been an ally. But there were a number of people from both sides of the aisle that cared enough, that reached out and were willing to sign on and were willing to help. And I thank each and every member for their support. I also want to thank the tremendous staff. The senators, the congressmen and women, they have staffers that work so hard. And I've had the great privilege of meeting and working with these phenomenal human beings. And I thank each and every one of them for their help. The administrative office of the court was crucial along the way, absolutely, and their staff. And judges from all over this country came to support this initiative. We had bar associations, too many to name. I don't want to leave anyone out. But their help, their advocacy, their support made this happen. We had people like Professor Lawrence Tribe come in and was crucial in educating people on what the bill does and what the bill doesn't do. We had so many people in the background working, supporting us. And I thank them all, and they know who they are. We also have, on a personal note, Mark and I, to thank many individuals, some we know and some we don't know, from all over this country, but all over the world, that sent us notes, that sent us thoughts, that sent us prayers. Those prayers, they sustained us. When I speak of hope, I have to mention the bipartisan effort here. I have to mention, yes, Senator Booker, these are dark times. But in the 2 years and 5 months, I saw members of Congress come together. I saw them come together, put their differences aside, and come together because they knew it was the right thing to do. To protect judges and their families, to protect democracy, to protect the Constitution, they did the right thing. And in the world we live in, it takes courage sometimes to do the right thing. But those men and women did. And so I have hope. I have hope. Finally, I want to speak of faith. Mark and I have been very honest about how important our faith is. We are very faithful people. But I want to speak about faith in a broader context. I want to speak about faith and a faith to believe that the right thing will happen even when you are brought to your knees. To have faith that good will triumph over evil. To have faith that maybe sometimes we don't quite understand why things happen, but we know that we'll come out on the other side. That takes faith, something we had from day one. And I know that at times my faith in humanity might have been tested, but today I have faith in humanity. I have faith in humanity. And so I want to end by saying that Mark and I are so proud to be Americans. We're so proud to call New Jersey our home. We are so humbled to have friends like our New Jersey leaders and beyond. But I'll tell you what I'm most proud of. And I know I speak for Mark when I say we are so very proud to be Daniel's parents. Thank you, honey. We love you.
Spanish? Can you do a little in Spanish?
Yeah.